A gentle story of growth, nourishment, and connection. It began as a single bean seed, small, quiet. Resting in the palm of a hand, it didn't look powerful. It didn't promise anything. It simply waited. The earth welcomed it. Dark soil wrapped around the seed, holding it steady through rain and warmth. For a while, nothing happened. Above ground, the world moved on. Days passed, winds changed, clouds drifted. But beneath the soil, the seed was waking. Roots reached downward first, not to be seen, but to be strong. Then one morning, a green shoot broke through the surface. Fragile, curious, alive, the bean plant leaned toward the sun, learning its rhythm. Leaves opened slowly, drinking in light. Rain fed it. Time shaped it. Soon, flowers appeared, soft, delicate, almost shy. They bloomed not for beauty alone, but for purpose. From flower to pod, the beans formed quietly, protected by green shells, growing fuller each day. The plant gave generously. When the beans were ready, hands came to harvest them. Not rushed, not wasteful, just thankful. The plant had completed its cycle, not ending but transforming. In a kitchen far from the field, the beans were washed and prepared. They simmered in pots, mixed with spices, vegetables, and care passed down through generations. The aroma filled the air, carrying warmth, memory, and comfort. Families gathered. A spoon lifted, a bowl was shared. The beans nourished bodies tired from work, children growing, elders resting. Energy returned. Smiles appeared. Strength was restored. That single bean seed, now part of a meal, became part of a life, and that life touched another. Across villages, cities, and countries, beans traveled, feeding millions in different ways. Stews, soups, curries, breads. Simple food, sacred food, affordable, sustainable, life-giving. The seed had become more than a plant, more than food. It became connection between soil and sun, between farmer and family, between cultures and generations, between the earth and the entire world. And somewhere, from a bowl scraped clean, another bean fell back to the ground, waiting again, ready to begin, because from the smallest seed, the whole world can grow. The journey began with a winged bean seed. It didn't know it was special. It didn't know it would become one of the most generous plants on earth. It simply rested in the soil, waiting. When rain came and the soil warmed, the seed woke up. Roots pushed deep, strong, and confident. These roots would later become food themselves, rich, nourishing, hidden strength beneath the ground. Above the soil, green vines climbed upward, wrapping gently around poles and fences. The winged bean didn't sprawl carelessly. It reached, learning how to grow alongside others. Leaves opened wide, deep green and full of life. They captured sunlight, cleaned the air, and fed the soil. Farmers picked the young leaves to cook like spinach, soft, healthy, full of iron and vitamins. Then came the flowers, small, purple-blue, quietly beautiful. They bloomed not just for beauty, but for purpose. From each flower grew a winged pod, crisp, ridged, and full of promise. These pods were harvested young and cooked fresh, stir-fried, boiled, curried, nutritious, affordable. Delicious. But the plant wasn't finished. Left to mature, the pods dried and revealed beans inside, rich in protein, oil, and energy. These beans were roasted, ground into flour, pressed for oil, or saved as seed for the next season. Nothing was wasted. Roots became food. Leaves became vegetables. Flowers fed pollinators. Pods fed families. Beans fed the future. Soil grew richer because of the plant's nitrogen-fixing roots. Farmers smiled when they grew winged beans. One plant gave many harvests. It improved the land instead of exhausting it. It required less fertilizer. It respected the earth. At the market, baskets filled with winged beans traveled from villages to towns, from towns to cities. Vendors called out. Families chose fresh bundles. Money exchanged hands, supporting livelihoods, education, hope. In kitchens around the world, winged beans became meals, healthy meals, affordable meals, sustainable meals. Children grew stronger. Elders stayed nourished. Communities stayed fed. and somewhere a few beans were set aside, not to eat, but to plant. Because the winged bean doesn't end with one harvest. It believes in cycles, in sharing, in feeding both people and the planet. From a single seed, it gives the entire world food, nutrition, income, soil, health, sustainability, hope. The winged bean teaches us this truth. When we grow wisely, we can nourish everything, without waste, without harm, and without leaving anyone behind. And so the seed returns to the soil again, ready to give everything once more. The journey of lentils begins quietly. A tiny seed rests in the soil, small enough to overlook, humble enough to be underestimated. Yet inside it lives one of the world's strongest gifts: nutrition, balance, and care. When rain touches the earth, the lentil seed awakens. Roots grow deep, strengthening the soil itself. Lentils don't take from the land, they give back, fixing nitrogen into the earth and preparing it for future crops. Green stems rise gently, soft leaves open to the sun. Soon, small flowers bloom. White, pale blue, sometimes violet, simple and purposeful. From each flower, a pod forms. Inside each pod, lentils. When harvest time arrives, farmers gather the plants carefully. The lentils are dried naturally under the sun, separated, cleaned, and stored. Nothing flashy, nothing wasted, just quiet efficiency. In kitchens around the world, lentils become nourishment, cooked into dal, soups, and stews ground into flour fed to children, elders, and families, providing protein, iron, fiber, and energy. Lentils ask for little, but give a lot. They are affordable. They store well. They feed millions daily. At markets, sacks of lentils pass from farmer to seller, seller to family. Income is earned. Food security is strengthened. Communities grow healthier. And even after harvest, the land is richer because lentils cared for it. Roots improve soil. Flowers support pollinators. Seeds feed the world. Farming stays sustainable. From villages to cities, from simple meals to sacred traditions. Lentils carry one powerful lesson. You don't have to be big to be essential. You don't have to be loud to change the world. From a tiny seed, lentils nourish bodies, protect the earth, and sustain generations. And once again, a few lentils are saved. Not for cooking, but for planting. Because the smallest seeds often carry the greatest future.